Hey guys! Okay, so I hope you guys are having a really nice day today, and today I'm going to do a review. I've been testing them out and seeing if they actually work or not, and I'm sure that you guys have seen a lot of reviews about these products because they're all from Maybelline. It's just two products, but I bought different ones. So it's a comparison between, not a comparison, but a review on the Color Tattoo eyeshadows by Maybelline and the Dream Bouncy blushes. So they look like that. So, okay, first I'm going to talk about the Maybelline Tattoo eyeshadows, and these ones are supposed to last 24 hours. These are cream shadows, very similar to MAC's Paint Pots, which they look like this. And I bought 5 different colors. I bought the most wearable neutral colors because those ones are the ones that I wear the most on a regular basis. But they have some really nice, bright, super colorful colors as well, which I think would be perfect for the spring, for the summer. So first off, I'm going to show you the colors that I have. This one is Toughest Taupe, and I should have opened these ones. Okay, this is Toughest Taupe, and this is just a really nice taupey color, and the great thing about this one in particular is that this one is a matte cream shadow. This one and the orange one that I want to get, which is Fierce and Tangy, I think that's the name of it, those ones are the only 2 matte cream eyeshadows. The rest are, some of them are really frosty, some of them have more shimmer, some of them even look like they have a little bit of glitter in them, like this one that I will talk about in a minute. But this one is a matte taupey, really nice, kind of like a grayish taupe color. It's like a cement kind of color. It's like this. So there's a swatch of it, and these eyeshadows are pretty pigmented eyeshadows, and I do like them a lot. I like to wear them as bases, but I have worn some of them just by themselves, and they've lasted close to 12 hours on my lids, which is a very long time because I wanted to test them out and see if they were actually long lasting, because there's a lot of products out there that say that they're pretty long lasting when really they're not. And these ones did not crease on me, and I didn't use a primer under them. I just used, just on my bare lid, just the eyeshadow by itself. Oh, there's a bird. Just the eyeshadow by itself, and then that was it, and it lasted for a very long time. I bought these at Shoppers, which is a drugstore, and the good thing about these products is that when I went to the drugstore, they were having a sale on all the Maybelline products, so I think they were like 15% off. So I ended up paying $6 maybe for these ones, or $7, because I know that they're usually close to $10 here in Canada. So I got them fairly cheap, I mean, for the price, and you get, how much do you get? You get 4 grams of product, so that is a lot. And in the paint pots, you get 5 grams. And the paint pots are usually, I know that they're a little bit pricey right now. I think they're close to $20 too. So this one is, for example, Bare Study. In terms of the packaging, they look kind of like the same, just a glass container with a black lid. So just make sure that these ones, these kinds of products are really close, because they might dry out if they're not. And I like to store them like this, like upside down. And oh, in terms of the application, I've used my fingers, and then I've used a synthetic brush, like a concealer brush, and I find that I get a better color payoff when I use the brush. I don't know why, I don't know what it is. Maybe because my fingers, or your fingertips, they absorb the product. I don't know if you guys can see. Like, I swatched it, and then I have some product left on my hand, so you don't get the entire product on your lid. So, and I like using a brush better, and I noticed that the color was more like prominent. It was more out there on my lid, so I like to use them with the brush, but it really depends on you, pretty much, you know? I was really interested in finding really nice, really good quality cream eyeshadows that were affordable and long-lasting and just really pigmented, and I feel like these eyeshadows are all of that. So, like everyone on YouTube, I love these ones. I would give them a 10 out of 10 stars. I don't know if there's like a downside to them. I really don't know. Maybe that, oh, there's one that is not as pigmented as the other ones. Okay, so this is the first one that I got, Toughest Taupe. And then I got, for example, this one is the one that is really shimmery. This one is in Audacious Asphalt, which looks like that. The color right here. And this is just a really nice kind of like a dark gray color with, I don't know if you guys can see, but tons of shimmer. And I used this today on my lids, but I used it as a base because I used some colors from the Naked palette. So that's what it looks like. And this one is very creamy, which I like, but it does have a lot of shimmer. So I feel like this would be perfect for like a smoky eye. So I don't know if you guys can see that shimmer. So there's the eyeshadow right there. It's beautiful. I love this one. I wouldn't necessarily use this one during the day. This one that, oh, what? Oh, this one this is the one that I don't like the that much, because I do love the color and everything, but the color payoff when I swatch it is not as great as the other paint pots that I got. I mean the Color Tattoo Painted Purple. And I know I've seen that tons of people have the same problem as I do, so it's probably the formulation of this color, because I'm sure that they're all the same. Some of them are more pigmented than others, but still. So this one looks like this, and I just love this color. This is a beautiful kind of like a blue toned, super bright purple. Yeah, I think it does have some blue, but it's just super bright purple, love it. But it kind of settles into the line, so that kind of shows you that you're not going to get like a pretty amazing swatch. See? So this is the purple one, and this one, I mean, it does look good, and it looks, you can see the color definitely, but it's not as pigmented as, for example, Taupe. But I do like this one. I've used this one again with the synthetic brush all over my lid, and the color is so bright. You do have to kind of pack it on just because of that same fact that it's not as pigmented as the other eyeshadows, but when you do get the color on your lid, it's so pretty. It's super bright, and I love this one. And also you can use these eyeshadows as cream and gel eyeliners. My upper lash line and my lower lash line as well, and they stay on for the entire day, so that is amazing. So this one for the summer I think would be perfect. And I have this one, which is in Back to the Bronze, which I would have to say this one is by far my favorite color, just because it's so me. It's a very neutral bronzy color, but it's so pretty. It looks like this. So it's kind of like an orangey, golden, bronzy cover color. That's the color right there. This one is very pigmented. I love this one. I like to use this one on my lid, and I like to use it by itself. Look at that swatch. It's so pretty. So that's the color right there. So I've used this one before. I used this when I went to the grocery store yesterday, and just that with some mascara and some lighter color on my brow bone, and that was it, and oh my god, I loved it. And it didn't crease on me. And the last color I would have to say is my, okay, it's kind of hard, it's probably my top two, like my second favorite color. And this one is the one that goes the best with my eye color, because I have green eyes, and so the red makes them really pop, and I love them. And I used this in my Valentine's Day tutorial, so if you guys want to see how it looks like on, you can just click on the video. I used it as a base as well, but I just love this color. This one is in Pomegranate Punk, which looks like that. That's the name, and the color looks like this, which is just a very nice kind of like a dark burgundy color. It's like a red wine kind of color with some plummy undertones, and this one's very shimmery as well, but not as shimmery as Audacious Asphalt. It's a cranberry color. That's how I would describe it. As far as dupes, when it comes to the MAC paint pots, I know that this is a dupe for Artifact by MAC, which is a paint pot that was discontinued. So you guys can get your hands now on Pomegranate Punk. Pretty much all I have to say, I think, about the Color Tattoo eyeshadows. I love them. I would give them a 10 out of 10, except for the purple one. But I love them. They're so pigmented, and I'm so happy that there's finally a product that it's so easy to use. I mean, you don't need anything. You don't even need a brush. You just need this thing to swipe it all over the lid and just, you know, leave and then come back and see that your makeup is intact pretty much, and that it doesn't crease. These ones are perfect for bases, like I said, and perfect just to wear them on their own, and that's pretty much it. I think that's all I have to say about the eyeshadows. So now I'm going to talk about the blushes. Oh god, these blushes. These blushes, I wanted to get these because of the consistency of them. Like, that is the only reason why I wanted to get them, just because people were talking about them and I knew that they were not that good because I was hearing a lot of really bad reviews in terms of the color payoff of these blushes. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, these ones are the Maybelline Dream Bouncy blushes. And they look like this. And I bought 3 of them, okay? I know that the lighter colors are less pigmented than the darker colors. That's why I wanted to get the brightest colors that I could get. So I got 3 different ones. But I did get this one, because it's a very nice coral color. So this one is in Candy Coral. Looks like this. So this is Candy Coral, and the thing about these blushes is that they're, okay, it says that it feels lightweight like a powder, yet melts into skin like a cream. So these ones are bouncy, and what I mean by bouncy is that when you touch them, they feel like Play-Doh. I don't know if you guys can see the dent. So that's why I wanted to get them, just because I thought they were really fun, and so it's awesome because they don't bounce back once you press them. Like, they stay like that, but you can kind of mold it and make it like it was before. So when you go like this, you don't really get payoff. Kind of rub it like that, and this is the color payoff, which I'm not sure, like, this is Candy Coral, so it doesn't look as bright as it is supposed to look. This is the blush right here, which I guess you can see it. So what I'm trying to say is that you do have to build it up. My skin did look pretty patchy when I first put on the blush, when I started putting it on my cheeks. So I like to kind of blend it with the brush, and I know that the color kind of wears off after a bit. Like, this is not long lasting at all, but I do like the flush that it gives, because these ones I feel like are the perfect blushes for when you don't really want to seem like you're wearing blush. Like, when you really want like a natural look, I feel like these ones are perfect for that. But still, I mean, I don't feel like they're as pigmented as some of my, like, I don't know, like super cheap blushes, like the Wet n Wild blushes, or even the NYC blushes. And I bought these ones again, they were 50% off, so I must have got these ones for close to like $7 or something for these ones. So, but that is in Candy Coral. Now, the one that I do like a lot actually is this one, which is 70, and this one is in Hot Tamale. So that is a color. And it looks like this, which is super bright. So the reason why I love this one is because of that same reason, because it is so bright that it does show up on my skin, and it shows up so beautifully. Like, I'm going to show you guys. Again, it's the same consistency like Play-Doh, and then this is what I like to do. This is the color that you get. And I would say that these ones are not really powdery. Like, I don't know why it says that it's powder. Like, it feels like a cream, and when I put it on, it looks like a cream, but it doesn't look as creamy as, like, for example, like the MAC cream blushes. So I can kind of see the fact when you put it on, it does look like a powder, but I feel like I would just describe them as a cream. This one right here is in Hot Tamale. And this one is my favorite because you don't have to use a lot of this because of the pigmentation of it. As you can see, is like it's really bright. So I only used a little bit, and I put it on the apples of my cheeks, and I did the same thing. I used my MAC 187. I blended out the blush with the brush, and it looked so nice. And it stayed on my cheeks for the entire day, which is kind of crazy because I know that with Candy Coral, like, that would never happen. But I feel like Hot Tamale is definitely a color to look into. If you guys want to buy just one blush because you want to touch it, I would definitely recommend just getting Hot Tamale because it does show up, it is pigmented, and it does last. And I was really impressed with Hot Tamale. Like, I was like, wow, I thought that it would be crappy, but it actually looks good. I don't know. Maybe it's the formulation. Maybe some of them are more pigmented and just better than the others. But like the same thing with the cream eyeshadows, you know, like the purple one, it sucks, but I don't know, I love this one. And then the other one that I got was because I wanted kind of like a bronzy color, and that is what I'm wearing on my cheeks right now. But if it looks super pigmented, it's because I put it, I feel like these ones, I'm kind of like all over the place, but I feel like these ones and the color tattoo, like I said, are perfect bases. So I used this one as a base, and then I put on some bronzer on top. So that is what they're really good for, because you can use them by themselves, and again, they give you this really nice natural look. But if you want to build it up, you can build it up, and then you can kind of put it as a base and then set it with powder with another blush, and it's gonna look like even more out there, so more pigmented. So I like that. And this one is in Coffee Cake. This one is number 60, but my looks like that. So it's just a very nice kind of like a coffee kind of color, like a tan peachy color, but is not as pigmented again as Hot Tamale, which is right there. So this is Coffee Cake. So that's the color right there. This one, number 1. Then I would go for Coffee Cake, and then the least pigmented one that I have is Candy Coral. And then I know that the pink ones are usually not that pigmented, but yeah, I mean, they're okay, but I don't know if they're actually worth the price, because like I said, I have some Wet n Wild blushes which are like so amazingly pigmented, and the Wet n Wild blushes were a couple bucks. This was $7, and I just bought it because of the hype and because I wanted to touch them, because there's something different, so it's attractive. I don't know, like it's kind of like whatever, like I would be just fine without them, or with just Hot Tamale, but you know. So that's pretty much the review. I would give them maybe like a 5 out of 10 stars. The color tattoos are way better than the Bouncy blushes, so, but yeah. So that is pretty much all I have to say, I guess. Hopefully I covered all the different aspects, and so hopefully you guys liked this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.